tremendous looking trophy.
Hello and welcome to Platinum Explosion, number one PlayStation podcast in the Oceanias. My name's Don Blunt. Joining me, as always, Ashley Hobley.
Hey Don, excited to be here after being a cat for a week.
Meow.
Meow.
Meow. This week in the trophy cabinet, what the fuck should my 300th platinum be? That's big awkward silence. I mean, you got no.
I didn't realize you wanted the answer straight away. I thought it was like opening up and like going, this is the things we're going to be talking about during the show.
It was, but then I realized it was a good bit if I just had an awkward silence there. I mean, if anyone has that setting,
cool. So I did the right thing.
Yeah, you know that setting on the podcast, I turned it on though, that like trim silence. But if, for you that don't, you have that on. That was real bad. You just looked at your phone or whatever, and you're like, "Whoa, what happened to the show?" Sorry, just messing around. That's right. I am up to 299 platinums because of this list that I'm about to give you, Trophy Hunters. Because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's that? 4, 5, 6, 7 platinums here that you too can get in about 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12.
So what? Like 48 of your last 50 platinums have all been really easy ones?
Yeah. There are some bad games. But boy, are they cheap and easy, Ashley Hobley. And you know what I say on 267 episodes, 68 episodes of this podcast? I say every trophy counts.
It does.
The jumping burrito took me 2 minutes 41 the first time, 2 minutes 42 the other time. That's a PS4, PS5 game in which you smash X to make a burrito jump. The whiskey story took me 2 minutes 23 the first time, minute 25 the second time on PS4 and PS5 version of the game. That's a game in which you press buttons X to learn about whiskey. The Silver Age took me a minute 52 seconds. It's a game in which you press X to mine silver and then sell it to make money. The Bear Bee took me 2 minutes 41 the first time, 2 minutes 39 the second time. PS4, PS5 game. That's a game in which you press X to learn about bears or something. There's some platinums. And now I'm up to 299. So the question is, I'm thinking I fall back on my my original, like, I should do that for 250, but maybe I'll just like, now I've suddenly hit up to 300, and I'm thinking I could go I meant to blank on the game.
Artful Escape?
Artful Escape, yeah, sorry. I'm thinking I should do the Artful Escape, but yeah, is there anything you could... Like, I was thinking I'd stream it too, obviously, but I'm like, I could stream the Artful Escape. Like, it's a pretty chill game. I played it before. There's no missable trophies. If you miss anything, you just level select. Like, I've got 100% achievement rate on when I played it on PC for review. So, and I really like that game. And usually when I do my plats, I like the monumental ones to be games I like.
So 250 was Unpacking. 200 was Death Stranding.
Yep.
150 Platinum Jack and Jill. Oh, Jack and Jill DX.
I fucked up there.
100 was Disney Infinity 3.0.
Yeah, I did that on purpose. Yeah.
And then 50 was Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
I don't think I was carrying at that stage. Yeah. So I did fuck up 150. I definitely that was a fuck up. Yeah. I wasn't paying attention, and I obviously did a day where I just banked a whole heap of platinums and didn't realize I was going to hit 150. Thankfully, I was paying attention because I looked at my trophies the other day because a bunch of these went up on the store, right? I spied a few more easy plats, and I was like, all right, I'm going to buy all these. They're like, $2.25 each or whatever. I'll buy them all. But then I realized quite quickly that there was more here than needed. Like, I was going to go over 300. So then I made sure to, just in case I miscounted, every single time I platinum one of these games, I went and synced it, checked it, and I was like, okay, I'm at 267. Then I went and did the next one, 268, 299. Cool, stop. No more platinums.
Okay. So, yeah, Artful Escape would be pretty cool because, you did mention it. Here's one that you look like you started recently, that you've been talking about a lot recently, that would be fitting, given the new, PlayStation Plus allowing access to a lot of old games. Siphon Filter.
I did think about this too, But
looking at the trophy guide, it says it's a 2 out of 10, 10 hours, no missable trophies.
No, it's because you can just turn on you can use cheats, right? So you can activate all the guns and stuff, so to make it super easy. And then because of the PlayStation save states and stuff, I think if you weren't using cheats, obviously it would be a little bit harder or whatever. But especially because the game is janky, and I feel like the frustration is out of jankiness playing that rather than lack of skill. So that was the other thing else that I did have that in the back of my mind. So I feel like it's either got to be Artful Escape or Siphon Filter. Siphon.
What was your game of the year last year? Unpacking. Was that, yeah.
Unpacking, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But I feel like Artful Escape was runner-up, right? Or it was in my top 3.
Yeah, it's pretty close. I mean, my trolley answer would be Elden Ring, but...
yeah, I'll just smash that out, shall I?
Or Sekiro, yeah.
I'll just smash that out.
Yeah.
Might as well.
You got all these easy... You got 49 easy ones. You can put in some effort for one, is what I'm saying.
Whoa. Let's not talk about effort on this podcast, all right? This podcast is about enabling bad behavior. Nothing to do with... What was the last actually good platinum I got? Let's have a look-see here. Let's list them. So we got... Hold on. Sort by order. No, hold on. Platform. No. Completion. Platinum. Here we go. All right. Platinum. All right. So the stuff I just mentioned, I'm going to skip all that. So then we got all the other stuff I mentioned recently. Weebden Blocks, Times 2, Spidey D, Jumping Soda, Bronze Age, Wine Story again, Dog K, Jumping Hot Dog, Jumping Sandwich, Rainbow Advance, Jumping Fries, Basketball B, Rainbow Advance, Jumping Sandwich, Jumping Pizza, Jumping Hot Dog, Jumping Fries, Wine Story, Basketball B, Space Explorers, Red Planet, Jumping Soda, Dog K, Bronze Age, Spidey D, Kruger, Steam Engine, Nape Retroverse Collection, Nape Retroverse Quick Maps, Rainbow, Jumping Taco, Picture P, the Bat D, the Jumping D, the Bat D, My Name is Mayo 3, fuck that rhymed. Jumping Taco, the Jumping Burger, the Slovak Run, the Pigeon P, Unpacking. I've got 49 trash platinum since I got the Unpacking on.
Okay, so Anno Mutatium was the last one you did that took longer than 24 hours.
Fuck, I love that for me.
That took longer than 4 hours.
I love that for me though, right? What's the last good platinum I got? Sifu. Look, I got a hard one this year.
Horizon?
Sifu, yeah. Well, Horizon's not hard, but I guess that counts as a good platinum, yeah. Sifu would be the last actually hard platinum I got. What's Anno Mutation's platinum achievement rate? 26% achievers. Yeah, that's so that counts as a decent plat. Come on. But no, I can't escape the fact that I got Unpacking and then proceeded to get 49 terrible platinums.
Yeah.
To get the 300. But fuck, you know the other thing that's been pissing me off? Do you remember that stage like years ago where I broke into the top 100 on PSN profiles in Australia?
Yeah.
I talked about that. I was like, fuck yeah, did it. I dropped all the way down to like 150 something at some stage on here. Now I've climbed back up to 122. Now the thing I keep justifying these plats with is for me to stand any chance of getting back into top 100, I can't ignore these games because they aren't. You know what I mean? There's just no way to fight this fight with some sense of honor, right? It ain't gonna happen. I just can't do it. Let's. It's impossible. Plus, I feel like a lot of these accounts cheat. I reckon they're all a bunch of dirty cheaters. I reckon we should ban them all. Anyone that's above me, probably cheating.
Or just has a lot more free time and disposable income for some reason.
That plus the accounts that are actually cheating that I don't like. The only trophy thing I don't like, hashtag every trophy counts. But also, no, every trophy counts. Plat 300, Paw Patrol on the roll. The only thing that doesn't, maybe it's like that the no, but The only thing I don't like, if you're a trophy hunter, more than one person on one account getting platinums or trophies in general on account. I don't like that shit. And I don't mean, you play with your partner or your brother sometimes plays on your PlayStation or something. I mean two people purposely trophy hunting on an account. No, I'm not down for that. I don't like that. I'm against that. They're upset now. I've said my piece. I've said what I'm actually against. Hashtag every trophy counts, except for if you and your mate are fucking earning them on different games on the same account at 1 p.m. at night. One of you's on the Bear P, one of you's on the Pigeon P, right? Not on. Not for it. Take you to court. Bullshit. Right, anyway, if anyone's got any ideas, let me know, or else I'm going to decide between Artful Escape or Siphon Filter as the game, and I will stream it this week at some stage. And
this week, it's going to... Yeah, so you better get in quick.
Better get in quick. I don't know what day. It could happen Wednesday, could happen later. I don't know. Right? No, yes. No, it's not happening Wednesday, because this is when this is out. Who knows? You better listen. You better be listening.
You better listening as soon as possible.
Is it 6:30 in the morning? Are you having a morning coffee? Time to fucking wake up, mate. Time to wake up.
Time to tweet at Dylan.
Time to tweet at me.
Play Elden Ring.
Fuck off. Not happening. Elden Ring is not happening. Do not suggest Elden Ring. It's not happening. I haven't even opened the game. I refuse to.
No.
Shit game. I refuse to. Kieran made too much fun of me.
Was that an easy one?
Which one?
The Skywalker Saga? I assume that would be pretty long, actually.
The Lego game, it's like 100 plus hours, I believe.
So, yeah. Or Stray would be a solid option.
Yeah, I don't really... I'm still up in the air if I want to get the platinum in that, solely because I don't...
You enjoyed your...
I enjoy playing it for fun. I don't... if maybe I'll do it eventually. Maybe. I'm not going to say never after finding out how easy apparently the speedrun is, but it's just the speedrun is not something I feel like I'm going to enjoy. You know, I'll do it possibly, but I just don't feel like I'll enjoy it. So I enjoy fucking around and bowling people over in streets as a cat and everything. Anyway, talking about Stray. Let me close all these tabs I don't need anymore. The first news story is that Stray's doing very well. So, PSN Profiles Push Square writes, PSN Profiles is why closed. Push Square writes, Stray is a Meowsive hit, judging day one concurrent numbers. So, thankfully, of course, we don't have PlayStation numbers, but they're going off Steam numbers, and there we go. So from the PC version of the game, it's probably safe to assume even more playing on PlayStation, considering Stray was made available via PS Plus Extra at launch. But someone did tweet that there was at one stage 60,000 concurrent players on Steam. I cannot, and then this tweet from @Benji Sales said, I cannot overemphasize how incredible these numbers are for an indie. These numbers are much closer to what successful AAA title reaches. Huge hit for Independent Interactive and Blue 12 Studio. So the Stray has shattered the concurrent players record for any independent interactive game on Steam, easily becoming its biggest PC launch. So Stray, 50,000 plus. The runner-up was 12 minutes at 8,021 on Steam, highest count. Outer Wilds, 7,936, third place. Neon White, 3,277 at its highest point. And then Journey at 1,757 at this high point. So, yeah, obviously we don't know the Sony numbers, but the Steam numbers are high. I would assume that the PlayStation numbers are high because of the PlayStation Plus Extra thing, including the 7-day trial that I assume a lot of people jumped on to play the game, because why wouldn't you if you had the option? Paired with the fact that I've seen nothing but a lot of tweets about it. So I'm going to say Stray's very successful. I've seen a lot of tweets still all over my Twitter page, still people talking about it, still people posting cat videos.
So many cats.
So many cats, watching cats and stuff. Yeah. How maybe you still seeing all the hype for cats?
I think so. I think people have actually finished it. So I mean, the hype is kind of dying down a little bit, and it's not a game that screams replayability, but
not really, no.
But it looked like everybody was having a great weekend. You know, playing as a cat in front of that cat, and it's interesting, like the social media element to it as well that probably boosted it as well. Of like, here's my cat watching me play. There's
a Twitter account now just dedicated to posting those videos and pictures. Yeah.
Yes, and of course this game is also on PC.
Yeah.
And people have already started modding it, so the cat looks like their own cats.
Oh, I missed that. That's cool. That's actually kind of cool.
So,
yeah. Probably the game runs better on PS5 than PC though, from what I was seeing. So,
most things do.
There you go.
I think, especially if you got not good PC. So,
update your drivers, everyone. Update your drivers.
Just buy a PS5.
I mean, yeah, if you can find one. So early in the week, a bunch of Last of Us footage leaked. So and then Naughty Dog released an official video.
Why do you think so much of stuff is leaking from Naughty Dog?
I don't know. There's a Naughty Dog there, I think.
Is it the work from home thing, and like people are able to like crack into that?
People with not as good a security that they would have at a workplace, like an actual.
Well, I assume in the workplace it's like a closed server, so.
Yeah, some motherfuckers like playing the game, like doing stuff at home, doesn't realize that their OneDrive is just open for their neighbors to get into, some shit like that. I don't know. It is weird how much is leaking though. The game reveal.
I mean, this obviously thus was part 2, famously. Yeah. So
they got a hole over there. They need to cover that shit up.
Yeah.
Get the shit fixed. But so a bunch of stuff started leaking. I didn't watch any of that. I was like, I don't really. It's just a remake of Last of Us. How much do I care about leaked footage? And B,
it's the same game but pretty.
Yeah. And B, I was like, I don't know, like this. I don't really like when it's
unofficial.
Yeah. So,
you don't like stealing stuff.
No, yeah. So I was like, I'll happily wait. Anyway, they eventually did put out a 10-minute feature video that shows off a bunch of new gameplay, plus goes over the majority of the important parts. So, press start right here. In the wake of several Last of Us Part 1 leaks over the last few days, Naughty Dog has now released a 10-minute Last of Us Part 1 walkthrough, showing off a new gameplay footage and features. The walkthrough talks about how the game now seamlessly blends cutscenes and gameplay, and also talks about how the AI has been improved to enable the enemies to talk to each other and be a lot smarter than they were in the original game. It also goes on to talk about how the buddies' AI have been improved to be a lot smarter. Obviously, the walkthrough talks a lot about the world of the game, how everything has been created to improve lighting and actual world. Obviously, things such as 3D audio and the use of DualSense controller have been talked about too. The video also goes into new modes that have been added, like a permadeath mode, as well as a speedrun mode, and a ton of more unlockables, such as outfits for both Ellie and Joel, and a model viewer. Just like The Last of Us Part 2, there's also more accessibility features, which will lower the barrier of entry. So this is the accessibility thing was the coolest thing I think I saw in this, because they actually have added something that they didn't have in Part 2, and they're like, I think we're the first people to do this, and as far as I'm aware, you are. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, actually. They've got a what do you call it? Like, oh fuck, I can't remember the official wording. What do you call it when like someone's like audio narrating like what's happening on screen? You know, that sort of, like that
monologuing.
No. Like so Joel's like sleeping on the couch, and you hear this woman's voice is like, Joel is sleeping on the couch. He stirs silently. You know,
audio
that
closed caption or something like that.
That sort of thing. Yeah. So they've added that, which I don't think, and they say like they're like we're pretty sure we're the first to, and I'm like I'm pretty sure you are, because I've seen that in a game before. So it only happens during cutscenes, because I guess like obviously how would you do that? During gameplay, yeah, that wouldn't work. But I think that's cool, like having something like that, like as a new accessibility feature. And then they've got everything that Last of Us Part 2, obviously, as an accessibility feature. And that game already had a lot,
incredible amount,
incredible amount. So
award-winning amount.
Yes, award-winning amount. That's right. But yeah, I mean, look, it's so interesting because, like, ultimately the game is like watching all this. I'm like, hey, it looks like The Last of Us, but like slightly better, which I guess is exactly what the game is. Yeah. It doesn't make me want to like
play it.
run out can't wait to play this. I'm so excited. But at the same time, I'm like, this isn't a good excuse to. But I've been thinking, I'm like, is this just because I really like the game anyway? You know, and like having an excuse to rewatch a really good movie or something like that. I'm like, oh yeah, like I could go again. So you know what I mean? Like it's not like there's not enough here that blows your mind, but you're like there's enough here that you're like, oh, this is a good reason to replay it, like that sort of thing. So
I mean, if PlayStation knock on your email door, they have released and like, hey, here's a code. Are you playing it?
Yeah, and I feel like because of this podcast, I feel obligated to at least play some anyway. Like, even if I didn't get a code, even if I just picked up a copy, played a few hours of the game so I could talk about it, see how I feel. Like, I'm probably going to do that.
I mean, as someone who, you know, loves Last of Us, I feel like there's No, I'm talking about you in this case. I feel like you would just want to own it as well.
Because I own the PS3 copy, I own the PS4 copy, now I own the PS5 copy. So
yeah.
And if they put out Steelbook, I'll buy that.
Yeah.
Because I got a code for Last of Us Part 2, right?
With the disc.
Yes, fucking with the disc. I got a code for Last of Us Part 2, relaunch day, review code. I still brought the Steelbook for that because I wanted it. With a disc. With a disc. Just to clarify, it has a disc. And importantly, it is worth pointing out because I don't need a disc because I received a review code. However, I need the disc for that product to be a collector's
thing
item.
that makes sense.
Yes. So, fucking God of War bullshit. Absolutely. Don't even get me started. You've got me started. How dare you? But yeah, no, there's some cool stuff they talk about in here. Some of the haptic elements and all that sort of stuff that we sort of used to, but also it's just, you know, when a game has really cool haptics and triggers and all this sort of stuff, you're still like, oh, that's cool. It's not as mind-blowing as it was at the launch, but it's still cool the way they're talking about it and stuff. 3D audio is obviously something that's really cool, especially in a game like this where you've got clickers roaming around and being all freaky as fuck. That's something you can't really know how it works until you experience it. Like, they talk about it and be like, it's cool. I'm like, yeah, I presume it is, but like, this trailer doesn't really show me. And then what else did they go over? That was the major thing that they talk about how they've like improved the enemy AI by obviously using the system that they used in part 2. However, they definitely have not changed the enemy like
placement.
Yeah, which is the one thing that sort of annoys me. I would love to see some clickers and humans thrown in areas to just change things up. At least based on this, it just seems like everything's the go. I
mean, it sounds like from what I've heard from various people, as long as Ellie isn't running in front of you, yes, people will be happy. So
yeah, they do talk about they've improved the buddy AI, as they call it, again using what they had in part 2. So, and that game is a drastic improvement over the first game. So I think that's enough to please people. And then what else did they talk about? Oh, they talked about like destruction and stuff like that. So just like the scene they shout out is in Pittsburgh or wherever in the first game where you've been chased down by the Jeep with the turret and they're like shooting the fuck out of buildings chasing you, and how there's a lot more destruction in the game now, so shit's like blowing up around you. You know, like it's just
like in that grocery store or whatever it is.
Yeah, like it is just a lot more, I don't know, destruction. I don't know what that's called. But yeah, like that in everything, every part of the game, though, you know. So more stuff like people are shooting at you in front of something. You'll be able to see debris wear off on like a pole, or you know, like these slight details and improvements to the overall game. And then the thing they talked about at reveal, of course, that you see here is it is noticeable how much better the character models look, but also it is, I think, that better use of the original performances in the animation that is very noticeable, I think. So that is definitely cool. But yeah,
I think I watched some of it. It's like the little nuances, like when people blink and how much that like affects somebody's performance is kind of crazy. It's like this game is a luxury for Naughty Dog. It's like something they can do, not something they really need to do, or something that's going to be make or break for the company. Again, with Root, it's like kind of definitely being put out there ahead of the TV show. And really, I don't think it's not going to be the end of the world if it isn't like doesn't set the world on fire sales wise.
No, but I feel like it will sell enough that whatever they've put into this will pay for itself.
Be justified, yeah.
Yeah, will be justified. But because it is a
Or
remaster,
it'll be justified. Maybe at day one, but like over the long term, it'll pay off.
Yeah, for sure. Because as we talked about, you may have those people who never played it, don't play many video games. They watch the HBO series. They're like, "Fuck, I want to play that game." They see it on the shelf. They pick it up 6 months after release. You know, doesn't matter. So, yeah. There was there. That's all right. So, Guerrilla Games over there. The Killzone and Horizon and stuff. So, but talking about it. So VG247 writes, Guerrilla Games is killing Killzone by shutting down multiplayer servers for 2 games. All things must come to an end. This time, the multiplayer servers for a couple of Killzone titles and Rigs, Mechanized Combat League. Earlier this week, Guerrilla announced on Twitter that online servers would be shutting down for a couple of Killzone games, saying on August 2022, online servers for Killzone Mercenary, Killzone Shadowfall, including Intercept Mode, and Rigged Mechanized Combat League will be shut down. Online features such as online multiplayer modes will cease on that date, reads the tweet. Single modes will still, of course, be playable. Killzone Mercenary, the penultimate entry in the series, also came out on the now very defunct PS Vita, so it's actually quite surprising that the game still had any online features at all. And Killzone Shadowfall was the launch title on the PS4, which is also likely now the last title in the franchise. So, the start they put VG247 points out here. The start of 2022 saw Sony retiring the official Killzone website, now leading users to a generic PlayStation site. As a result, creating or managing clans in Killzone Shadowfall became no longer possible, shutting off players from the whole aspect of the game, even if only for a minute. You've never played any Killzones, have you? I don't think.
No, I have not.
No. Cool world, cool franchise. Vita game's very good. Underrated because obviously you had to play Vita, but that game had a really cool story. I'm surprised if anyone's still playing these online modes. I mean, look, Killzone Shadowfall Killzone in general's online was always fun. Like I played Killzone. Was it just Killzone 3? Did it have a name? No, I don't think so. Whatever. I played the PS3 one. I played a bit of that online. And I played Killzone Shadowfall online. I used to play whatever Killzone 3 was, that one. I used to play with a friend online a fair bit. And like I liked all these multiplayers, but fuck, I'm surprised these are still going. Like, the thing is, it's hard to tell because it's one of those things where these things get announced and all of a sudden you have a bunch of people on Twitter being like, no, my world is over. But then you find out they haven't actually been playing it. It's just some people don't like to.
I mean, the game on that list that I'm surprised is still
Rigs.
Yes, a PSVR game that came out 2016.
Yeah, no way, someone's still playing that. No way, I do not believe.
Maybe somebody like testing out. There's like this very small crew. The only 4 or however many players you need to play Rigs, all team up every Tuesday night.
Out of all those, the one I can believe had the most players would have been Killzone Shadowfall. I could believe there was a...
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just purely because it was a PS4 game. But
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there is like a hardcore Killzone fan base that just love playing that game and love playing that multiplayer. And you only need like 24 people or whatever to probably...
Do a match.
So if those people all just have a forum somewhere on Reddit where they organize and play or something, I don't know.
It's like this weekend we're all jumping in.
Yeah.
We're all dropping.
Dropping into normal old team deathmatch game.
I mean, yeah, Killzone Shadowfall came out November 2013, so
crazy.
It's had a good run. I mean, you can't complain about PlayStation not supporting it, and like, especially in comparison to some games that like are dead within 12 months, so or less, or like 3 days, depending. Like, what was the Cliff Blazinski game that died after like?
Can't remember.
That
or was it the David
Lawbreakers?
Cage one? Was the like drawn one or whatever?
Yeah, there's a lot
that also
drawn to death. Yeah, that died pretty quick. Yeah.
Anyway, Persona. Atlas has confirmed it will not provide an upgrade path for PS4 owners of Persona 5 Royal wishing to upgrade to the PS5 version, right, Eurogamer. Instead, players will have to purchase the Enhanced Edition separately at full retail price. The limitation was announced in an FAQ post on Atlas's Japanese website. Eurogamer has asked Atlas for further details. It's unclear as to what new features will be included in the PS5 version. The game already runs at 4K via backwards compatibility on PS5, so the obvious upgrade would be doubling the frame rate to 60 frames per second and adding DualSense support. Yuck! This doesn't surprise me. Like, here's the thing: if there's my problem is at the moment, and because I'm quite often like, look, certain times you're like, there's a big like it'd be like someone complaining that they don't get The Last of Us Part 1 for free because they own The Last of Us on PS4, right? You'd be like, no, you're an idiot. It's a lot of work went into this or whatever. But so far, I'm like, what the fuck does the PS5 version of Persona 5 Royal have? Or what could it possibly have that justifies not a free upgrade path? No, I'm out. I just don't. This one I can't stand by.
I don't necessarily say you get a free upgrade, but some sort of pathway, discounted pathway to upgrade is leaving money on the table.
Yeah, I'm fine with a $10-15, which is what a lot of games have done around that price point. But you have to pay $100.
Really, that's going to be what they're going to do is they're going to trade in that PS4 copy and hopefully be able to get like $30.
Yeah,
difference between the two variants of the game, or they're just not going to buy the PS5 version.
Yeah.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, if you're playing the PS4 version, you really don't need to get the PS5 version.
No, you really don't. I can't imagine what the PS5 version would have that would justify any reason for anyone to need to play it over. Like, if you don't own the game and you're like,
unless
should I buy
the
the
DualSense
PS5?
is like, they've done some fantastic rumble controls.
Ain't wait for $100.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah.
No. So, don't know about this. Let's see what else happens. I bet you it's just going to be, this version includes all the costumes, DLCs.
No, I don't think it will.
Cool story.
It'll just be in a PS5 box. That's the only difference it'll be.
Because Royal already had all the costumes from 5. You know? I'll be like, fuckers. Anyway. Bit annoying. Bit shit there. Good one. And final story for this week. From PlayStation Lifestyle, Sony partners. So, Spin Master has partnered with Sony to become the official licensee to make toys and other merchandise based on PlayStation games. This means that they will be the company that makes all of the merchandise for Sony Interactive Entertainment's biggest IPs, like God of War, Horizon, The Last of Us, and Uncharted. Spin Master plans to create toys and other products for several PlayStation IPs, and this will include the, quote, action figure, collectible, playset, plush, roleplay, vehicles, RC, and games and puzzle categories, according to VentureBeat. The toys aren't expected to be debut until spring 2024, meaning most of the franchise's recent games will have been out for quite a while. God of War Ragnarok is released in November, while the PS5 and PC version of The Last of Us Part 1 are coming in September. Most of the aforementioned franchises are getting TV shows or movie tie-ins, however, where merchandise would be a perfect accompaniment. Oh my god. I can't say it. I've hit a word I can't actually say.
Accompaniment.
Nah. I can't. I found that word. I feel like Donald Trump's trying to say yesterday. Like I found it. No, I'm out. The Last of Us HBO TV series is now finished filming. It's expected to air at some point next year. God of War has a TV show that's heading to Amazon Prime. Sorry, it's Prime Video, guys. Get it right. While the Horizon TV show is also heading to Netflix. Uncharted is also included on the list, which recently got its own movie. Other Sony franchises that are getting TV show and movie tie-ins that went on the list are Ghost of Tsushima, Twisted Metal, and Gran Turismo. But many will be hoping for merchandise from other franchises, including Ratchet and Clank. You're going to buy some toys and whatever else? Do you feel like there's much Sony merchandise at all? Have you ever seen like much Sony merchandise ever?
Not really.
No.
I mean, they're pretty scattered. I mean, which is fine. Like, there's a bunch of different stores that offer a bunch of different things. It'd be... I hope it's not like an exclusive deal, because obviously, it'd be... We've obviously seen like Funko Pops and that kind of stuff for different...
I don't think it's exclusive, but I just think they've got the majority of the...
They're going to be the ones who are doing like the really nice versions. Because, you get the Funko Pops. They've done recently the Nendroid ones of like Aloy and Astrobot, which are really cool. Yeah. And like different, like looking at the store, they've got like the compass from Uncharted and stuff like that. Like Last of Us Last of Us Part 2 statues and that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah.
I mean, the more stuff we get, the better. The more options we have. If we can get some sweet machines from Horizon, that'd be cool.
Because there's no way they'd make it exclusive, because then they lose out on the Lego.
No, all the Lego
whatever else. Yeah.
Like,
I'm sure the Lego and Pops is easy money. So
it is, because really you just take your cut. That's it.
Yeah.
Because they'll sell.
So Spin Master's website, they've got licenses stuff currently for Bakugan, Batman, DreamWorks, Dragon Rescue Riders.
See, none of that's exclusive.
League of Legends, Paw Patrol, Purse Pets, Spin Master, Games, which is apparently their own thing, I guess. Tech, Wizarding World, Harry Potter, Zumbles. So, yeah, I mean, the League of Legends, I guess, is their step into video game territory. But even their League of Legends stuff isn't, like, there's other companies that do League of Legends, because I've seen other companies do League of Legends stuff. So, none of it's exclusive. I just feel like it's going to be the core sort of like a game releases, and they want something on the shelf for buying in tandem with that, and this is and Spin Master is going to be behind those products, the base level toys, that stuff, and then you can have other people do premium collectibles, like really detailed $200 figures and whatever else you want.
Yep. Listen, Spin Masters, if you're listening to this podcast, give us what we've been pitching a while now for the little Astrobot collectible toys. From like them in the different video games from Astro's Playroom.
Isn't it crazy that we still don't have that as an option?
It is crazy. It's such a great idea. Why aren't people listening to us?
I don't know. I might send this podcast in, because I just found their address for Spin Master Australia. They're in New South Wales.
So we'll pull this audio and
put on USB stick, mail it. I've got their address right here. It's on their website. We'll figure this shit out.
We'll get this in the works.
All right. That'll do it for this week's episode of Platinum Explosion. If you are Spin Master, contact us. Otherwise, you can let us know any comments, questions, concerns you've had about this week's episode.
What Dylan should platinum?
Fucking 300 platinum. You should let me know by now. I could be playing by now. Who knows? Twitch.tv/Explosion Network.
Why did you choose to play?
I didn't know. And then if you want to make sure, if you're following
Why
the Twitch,
are you trying to
have
platinum Knockout
notifications.
City? This seems like a crazy idea.
That's dumb. Not something. If you can't get notifications on twitch.tv/Explosion Network to know when I'm streaming, make sure you join our Discord, explosionnetwork.com/Discord. You can chat to us there, and it'll have notifications in the We're Going Live section or whatever it's called. And you can find my Twitter by heading to explosionnetwork.com/Twitter. You can find Ashes there as well, of course, the Explosion Network one. And if you thought this episode is worth $1, head on over to explosionnetwork.com/support to donate as little as $1 to help keep the lights and mics on for this program. Until next week, remember, every 49 shitty platinums you get does count.